So depending on how this is edited, I kind of made a mistake with the first one I did. I created a whole new character just to get back to this point because the autosaves hadn't saved the bit that I needed to go back to. I watched the footage back and realised that there was bits that I was supposed to shoot on the legs, and I was getting frustrated that I wasn't doing damage and the mines weren't doing anything, so I paused it to try and do it off camera. So yeah, that's why I've had to go back and do this again.
It's the Porky Puff nibbling bark. It took quite a liking to the crunchy stuff after munching down out-of-date's leg.
Let's see if I can actually do this. Annoyingly enough, this one has a level 3 engine on it. But I'm not going to stick with this one because I wanted to play with a Deadeye, not this one. I kind of suck at aiming at this. There's another one. I don't know what the best weapon to use is. I'm going to get a bit of distance so I'm not backing him into a corner. Even though I now know what to do, it's still kind of frustrating. I have no idea what I'm trying to shoot. Oh, shouldn't have got that close. Oh, I didn't realise there was one on his head. Okay, so now I've just got to avoid that. Should be easy enough. Throw a quack
Unleash
down.
the quacks. Ain't that cute? The toothy playing with quacks.
Oh, come on, reload. I actually find it quicker maneuvering without the boost. Where's the... oh, there it is. Oh, come on, reload, 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 come on. Oh yeah, shoot in the right direction, that would help. Come on. Oh, come on.
That's an absolute shame.
At least when you die, you keep your med packs that you used before you died, if that makes sense. So there's kind of the only penalty for dying is literally having to start back from a checkpoint. If I just make sure I've got enough bullets for this bit. Oh, come on, you should be falling. Oh, this one. Reload, 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 come on. You, why didn't that...
Can you feel it? It's the brisk wind of change. Don't let this opportunity slide.
Now we shouldn't actually be doing that because I'm close enough. Can I do this bit first time, please? Come on. Well, apart from dying in that first bit, the second bit went a lot better than the previous time.
He thanks you for dealing with the first World Eater. It's a start. You should go see Out of Date and find out what you can about the machine he's named the Ark. Even if Out of Date doubts your intentions, he depends on your help. And the Sifu is confident he'll let you know what you need. He trusts you know where to find Out of Date by now. He's always been at the foot of the tree, and that hasn't changed.
Okay, so... should I take that? No, because I'm not going to stay on this one. I'm just literally going to go to where I've got to go, and then I'm going to revert back to the Deadeye in the next... video.
There it is, the Tree of Life. The idea that all life is related by common descent, where the twigs are existing species and those produced in the past represent the succession of the extinct. The tree's great branches were once budding twigs, a connection between the past, present, and future. A representation of all extinct and living species with its ever-branching and beautiful ramifications. We are an evolution of those that came before. The day can't come soon enough.
So the reason that I'm going to go back to the Dead Eye and like this one is because I say there's going to be a lot of continuity. I didn't take a lot of the same choices. My equipment on this one seems to be a lot better. I don't know why. I've got the level 3 engine for this. I picked up some mech stuff, and I don't even have the mech yet. But I want to do all of that on the same character. The only reason... Oh, what's that? The only reason I came back and did this on this one is because I couldn't go back on the other one and do it again. I think in the future I'm going to have to not get so wound up with not being able to do something and just continue the recording and not pause it. Because I think I was focusing so much on being judged, I guess. I don't know. If anyone ever watches this anyway, I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of like one of those things where you can't do something if someone's watching. And judging by my previous combat experience in this game, I wasn't doing very good. I couldn't even see the things on his legs until I watched the footage back. So yes. So hopefully I can edit this enough. So I'm gonna go in here, then I'm gonna do what I've got to do in here, and then next time on the video it's gonna be the original character again.
It's a place well hidden. It's just below the above. It's surprisingly bug-free underground. Out of Date's impressed you made it this far, but there's still so much left to do. The end of the world is still on everyone's minds. You've beaten a path where you have the power to destroy or save everyone. Question is, what you'll do with that responsibility. He worries about you. If you love yourself, you don't hurt others. But the more you hate yourself, the more you want others to suffer. Thinks it's important that you remember who you are and where you came from. Someone without knowledge of their history and origin is like a tree without roots. What do you think his are? He's the one that's called Out of Date, remember? Out of Date says there's a time for everything, and now there's no use thinking of the past, for it's gone. Think of the present, because that's where you are. It's time to set your priorities as the one who completes things. He's worried that you're putting the world at risk. But darkness isn't necessarily the end of the world. It's just another perspective. If the world really does end, there won't be anywhere to run. So he's prepared for the worst. Something he calls the Ark.
Okay, so he calls it the Ark, but doesn't it say in the story that humans created things called arcs? I don't know.
He hopes you're right. He gets that you mean the journey continues either way, but personally he wants the tree to survive. Out of Date says there's no clear record of the chain of events that changed the course of history and brought the world to its knees. He's found evidence on the Ark, records of a crisis, decades of contamination that permeated the ground and broke its inner core. The contamination disrupted what we now know as key energy, the life force that runs through all things, living and inanimate. He's been told the blight affected everything at a genetic level and turned our perception of normality on its head. It was only those that changed that avoided extinction, proving that the possibility for survival and renewal was real. He understands you are curious about the ship at the foot of the tree. He says it surfaced when the oil broke through the ground. The Ark predates the back-in days, and now, after years of study of the manuals he found inside, he believes he's figured the ship out. The Ark has room for 4 more, even if you think no one else is worth saving if the world comes to an end. He'll keep the seats open, and you are free to invite up to 4 others to join you in the Ark in the event of a cataclysm. Out of Date says that from what he's heard, you've been busy. He says he appreciates what you've done so far, but unfortunately he's got urgent news from his friend Gizmo in the West. Out of Date says he knows you're good-hearted enough to do your best to support Gizmo. He says he'll point you in the right direction, but finding Gizmo and making sure he gets what he needs is up to you. That doesn't sound good. Out of Date's forebodings are justified. The Jumbo Puff needs to be taken care of. Out of Date says that Gizmo is worried now that the Western World Eater is stepping up its activity. He explains that Gizmo is working on a scrap walker vessel in order to get to the World Eater, but needs help to get it done. Out of Date suggests that you should head west as fast as possible and see what you can do to help. He wonders what's on your mind. Says you'll see each other later.
I think it's funny that they literally put that now. I mean, they should have put that like really early on, because that's one of the things that people are giving it bad reviews for, is because of the narrator talking too much. So really they should do a patch and put that in like at the very beginning. But yeah, that's where I'm gonna end this video. Hopefully I can edit that in. Well, obviously I can edit that into the video and make it look smooth, or as smooth as I can. There is going to be continuity, obviously, because this isn't the same character that I did it with in the first place.
It's surprisingly bug-free underground.
Yeah, you said that already. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to record outposts, and I'll do some side quests maybe. But I feel like they're going to make videos way too long, so I might consider just making the videos for this just main story quests and see how that goes. If not, I'll just see how it goes for now. I'm just rambling now, so I'm just gonna end it now. Okay, bye.